All right, thanks for coming, Corvine. You ready for your solo session?
Yay!
Oh,
Excellent.
done. I leave.
I'm gonna have to edit that post-op. That's beside the point.
Oh, sorry.
Um, well, I'm not gonna edit it because editing software is just not going to be a thing.
Athens, do it. Do the thing.
Not
Uh,
here.
all right.
Maybe not here.
So, Corvine, when we last left off, you had spoken with Olivia Ba, and she had informed you that apparently you resemble a creature from an old book that was considered a collection of essentially fairy tales, and the name of this creature was a periton or something like that.
Yes, I may have been aware of the name Perryton because I've told it to other people.
So that said, and then the conversation shifted to other topics, and then you and Dandy parted ways.
Mm-hmm.
So Corvine, where are you going?
Oh, do you remember where I sent the family? The Beggars.
Oh, okay. You sent them to the docks, I believe.
I am going to where I sent them.
All right. In that case, if you have Roll20 open, I am changing the map.
I do.
I'm over here. Oh no. Wait, does this work? Please tell me Roll20 you're smart. No, Roll20, you're not smart. Okay. Not there. We're not there. I have to do this.
Oh,
I have to do this increments because Roll20 doesn't like to scroll as I try and go through all of these. All right, there we go.
oh,
I forgot a minor detail. Do 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 do
the
do.
family?
There we go. Okay. And then. Do, do, do. Oh, right. Okay. Then we will use.
Or do I start on
Yeah, you'll start there.
this side?
No, the entrance. The entrance is. There's supposed to be a door up there, up the top. The map itself
Yeah,
doesn't.
I see it.
The map.
It's right here.
Yes, the map itself doesn't actually have a door, so I kind of had to put one there. But we'll just pretend that's not the case.
That's fine.
And then, hold on a second. Let me look at something really quick. Oh no! Oops, that's minor spoilers. Right. Let's move my Discord to a different monitor. I realized I forgot to grab some sprites. No, 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 no. Oh well. We'll just we'll have to we'll have to use our imagination and pretend that these sprites aren't all shockingly the same.
Okay. So has it been set up yet?
Almost. And then it's the only one I'll have to use for that. All right. Sorry for the delay. You've
Okay.
arrived. You arrived at the docks outside of your family's office. Where they receive customers and fill their orders and whatever else have you. You're fairly familiar with the inside, so there's really no need to hide it at all. And yes, those beds that you see are indeed there. It's not uncommon for people who are working for the company or people who are
Oh no,
working
where am I
here
going?
to spend time here since it's such a far distance from your home. And the walk down is long and familiar as you head into the front office. Hold on.
So yeah, this is off. Okay.
Yes, this is the main office. This is where actually you should be.
Oh no, who's this?
Should be in the chair. All right. And this. Just making sure it's the right person. Okay. This is Frost, actually. And perhaps the surprising turn of events, she's sitting here at the office, bent over, doing what appears to be a bit of paperwork. She seems rather uncomfortable to be sitting at a desk, but here she is nonetheless.
Yeah. Um. Aunt Frost, did you get my letter?
She jolts all of a sudden, looks up and looks around. Corvine? What? What? You are in town!
I see that you didn't then. Yes, I'm in town.
Well, I mean, well, we got these people who just suddenly showed up at the door with your recommendation. I thought maybe they were lying or something like that, and I just. When did you get in town?
Uh, that was like 3 days ago, mechanically, right?
Yeah.
I've been in town for the past 3 days.
Why didn't you come straight here? Or even home?
Because I ran. I wasn't expecting a warm welcome.
True. She looks around. Nobody knows about your secret, do they?
Well, let's talk about that later. It's not public
Corvine.
knowledge. A few.
Corvine.
A
Who?
few.
Who and how did they find out?
Um, hold on. Can I do a sense motive on this, actually?
Sure.
Where is... Or wait. Insight, that's what it's called.
All right. Wow, I went on so high in these sessions, relatively speaking.
That's a
Um.
19. It's more than just relatively speaking.
Well, I mean, like the rolls have been surprisingly consistent in that they've been
Yes.
high, but that's all beside the point. She is. Well, she's kind of angry and a little afraid.
I kind of expected that, but does it seem like she's going to hurt the people I name?
Mmm.
Does it sound like she wants to know as it's a problem that she's going to fix, or is it just curiosity?
She will probably judge that. She's probably more ready to fix the problem than to let it fester, depending on the nature of the problem.
It was just some friends. Headed
Friends. Who are
we
these
headed to
friends? Where are they? Who are they?
let let me finish. You asked how it happened.
Okay.
We headed to a ruins north of Rain. And during our investigation of that ruins, a magic circle related to the predators activated from me stepping upon it.
And then and then what you are suddenly was revealed to everyone.
More or less.
What did you do to them? Where are they?
I didn't do anything to them.
Corvine, if this gets out, do you have any idea what this will mean?
I'm very aware.
We can't afford to let anyone know.
I know.
Where are they? Who are they?
Trust me, they're respectable.
Corvine, that's not
Please.
how this works. We don't know who they are. They're a liability.
I know who they are.
You know who they are, but that's not a security to our family.
What did you just say? The last part?
That's not a security to our family.
Ah. Not a security, but I am your family.
The family who abandoned us, who fled.
I just.
And then sent some beggar to our door, expecting us to just give them work. I don't know what you were expecting, Corvine, but if people find out about this, we're finished. Not we're worse than finished. You'll be strung up on a street, gutted for who knows what reason, and we'll be defranchised. We'll be shamed, probably hunted, thinking we're the same thing you are.
Please. Trust. Just trust me.
She throws her head back in a bit of disgust and marches back to her desk. Can't believe this.
But
Why did you come back?
why did I come back?
Why?
The same reason I left. And more.
That doesn't make any sense.
I want answers. And the ruins didn't provide them.
So that's what you've been all this time? Running
Shut
about,
up.
diving into ruins, looking for lost tales? Did it ever occur to you, maybe for a minute, that maybe you have, I don't know, accidentally brought more of your other predators? Like maybe you might have tripped something?
That's why I got good with this. She pulls her cloak just enough to show the rapier.
Hmm. Well, you're alive. I guess that says something about how well you can handle yourself, but still. You didn't. Please tell me at least you didn't, I don't know, bring more predators into Foenum somehow, did you?
No. They seem to be doing that without me.
I see.
There's these strange cults that make hybrids.
That now you're just speaking nonsense, Corvine. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, how hybrid? Are you talking about some sort of like combination of an ungulate and a predator?
She nods.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
What about the llama?
Well, what about them?
They're hybrids.
Oh, do you actually believe that story? Like, how on earth could a dragon, which probably doesn't even exist, somehow, I don't know, how could that and a horse produce them? Of course, then again, you exist, so I guess suppose anything's possible.
Exactly.
So what, you're telling me that they're making Longma?
Not exactly, but kind of.
Kind of. Okay,
I thought something that was more of a reindeer snake mix.
a reindeer snake mix. Next year, we tell me that we would be fighting sheep and fish hybrids or something like that.
That's... It doesn't matter. What matters is what happened to that family.
Oh, the one that showed up?
She nods.
Well, lucky for you, apparently she knows how to work. She's in the next room over doing inventory.
Thank you.
Corvine, why did you come back?
I already told you.
You said you're looking for answers. Was that really all the reason you came back for?
I didn't want to leave in the first place.
Then why did you? Trueheart didn't want you to go. I didn't want you to go. Nobody wanted you to leave.
I couldn't just stay locked in a house.
Well, what else did you want us to do? We couldn't let you out. If you got out there and people found out, which apparently they did, it would only be a matter of time. She sits down, puts her head in her hoof and sort of rubs her temples. I'm sorry. It's been a rough couple of days. And Trueheart, your dad has been absolutely heartbroken ever since you've been gone. It's been tough to deal with.
I'm hoping I can amend that.
I mean, why do you think I'm doing desk work? He hasn't actually been able to do his job the past some parts of his job. So I've had to step in and pick up the slack.
I need to ask him. Do you know where he is?
She thinks for a second. Not off the top of my head, actually. It's been a couple days since I've seen him.
He's probably at the house then.
Probably. Tide might know where he ran off to. Tide's backside isn't here in the office somewhere. He's probably back at the house.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause trouble.
Just look, it's. I know I haven't always seen eye to eye, but it's. I think it'll do true hard good to see you home again. Just. It's just. Please, just don't cause trouble. She kind of stops and takes a breath. Sorry, you caught me. You caught me by surprise.
Don't worry. I deserved that.
Maybe. But you probably also deserved a little bit better. I mean, you've been out there, probably facing danger for quite some time. You come home to your aunt screaming at you that you're a liability and likely to get us all killed. Seems like a fine welcome home.
It's okay. We can make up later. For now, I have to go.
Alright, I have work to get back to. What, don't you want to talk to that woman you sent to us?
I probably should, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Goes back down to her desk and continues working.
Frost,
Yeah?
I love you.
She takes a deep sigh and yeah, it's good to see you too, Corvine.
So I'm assuming it's this room.
Yeah. I want to know who designed these maps and who thought it would be a good idea to have a hallway or have walls that go halfway through tiles. Like,
Yeah, no, that is a little...
Who in their infinite wisdom thought this was a good idea? I can't complain, it's free assets, but still. Anyways, as you walk into this room, you find her hard at work. She's currently sorting. She's currently sorting some things inside of a barrel, and doesn't quite notice you walk in. But upon hearing the door, she speaks up. I'll be done. I'll be done in a moment, Miss Winterblood. I'm almost done with this crate, and then I'll move on to the next one.
Do you need help?
What? She looks up. Oh, it's you. Oh, thank you. I mean, I've only been at this a couple of days, but thank you. She looks past you towards where Frost is. She's letting us stay here until we can afford to get a place of our own.
That's good. I knew she would be benevolent.
It's so much. Thank you.
It's no problem at all. If I didn't, who would?
Although she seemed awfully surprised when we showed up. Probably more so that we mentioned you.
I tried sending a letter here, but apparently it didn't get here fast enough.
Well, I've never really been good with letters, but maybe it just got lost?
Perhaps.
Oh, thank you. It's good to see you. I need to get back to work. I don't mean to be rude, but Miss Winterblood, she gives us a lot, but she also asks a lot. So I need to get back to what I was doing.
Okay. Just take care. Tell me if you need anything.
Nods. Thank you. And that she goes back to work. Frost, as you walk across the room, her eyes sort of follow you a bit, but she says nothing. And then I presume
dark.
you head off.
I attack the darkness.
I mean, if you really want to.
No, not really.
Excellent. So
Unless the darkness is an enemy.
not this time.
Okay.
I take it that you head back to your home.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. No, I can't do that. Okay, then. We'll have to do some theater of the mind here. And I forgot to make the Winterblood home. And I was like, well, maybe I'll use that manor map that I used. And I saw there's all that absolutely silly graffiti everywhere. Like, I'm not going to delete that. So, we'll be doing, Roll20 won't be used except for maybe rolls. Although you can also use Discord just as well. I have them both open.
Okay.
Alright, so the journey back to your home is... Excuse me. It's a bit of a long one. The long bridge that connects the main city of Rain out to the Nobleholm Confederation is busy. It's got some merchants who have set up shop along the bridge. It's got vessels coming and going as they do.
Wait, so where am I going?
Your home is at the northernmost port of Rain, the quote unquote Nobleholm Confederation, which is, if you look at
Is it?
I believe so, unless you dictated the Winterblood house was elsewhere.
I think I said somewhere on or by the docks.
Did you?
Yeah,
Hmm.
like by the dry docks, I think.
Oh, very well then.
I know you want people to go to the Noble Confederation.
Well, it's just that's where most minor noble families moved to, was to that place. That said,
I figured they just worked there when they were doing big stuff.
yes, that as well. But a number of them moved there partly out of convenience. The idea,
Okay.
the idea behind it was they formed it in its attempt to be a consolidation of power. The idea being
Yeah,
that we need to
I
consolidate.
understand.
So that said,
Not the Winterbloods.
all right then.
Because their work does not go over there.
I suppose that's fair enough. All right. As you head to your home, you do notice something since you're on that part of the town. You see a surprising amount of reindeer who look just kind of angry. And there's a lot of whispering, a lot of sort of violent gestures, and it doesn't take much to realize that they keep casting glances towards House Spa, or at least in that general direction. And most of them generally sort of avoid eye contact, except with those of whom they are currently arguing or shouting with.
What's going on?
One person who is, or one reindeer who's talking to another one, looks over. Huh? What? Oh. Well, it's just, we've been thinking. Like, what? Why? Why on earth, or why in Foenum, is our family of sheep who sit there and dictate the laws of our city, right? Like, first off, they're not even reindeer. So what right do they have to try and tell us how to live our lives? Second, do you see them in the city? No, they just stay there hauled up behind their walls all day long. Maybe you see one of them, but no, you never see them. Who knows what's going on back there? I've heard they've been doing experiments. Yeah, that's what I've heard. But do they tell anyone if it's true or not? No. They just sit there. I bet they're sitting on a pile of gold that they got from our taxes. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they're sitting there in the lap of luxury, throwing parties or who knows what.
No.
Oh. Oh, don't tell me you're a sympathizer for them.
I've been inside their house before. There are no parties.
As you say that,
Just a-
several reindeer near you suddenly look a bit surprised and look between each other. Really, you've been in there?
Mhm.
What was it like?
Mostly, it's a giant gate and a somewhat big library.
What would they need that big library for? I don't know.
To study? You do know what their house does, right?
Well, they make money. We know that
They
much.
they keep the history of our house, of our houses.
Yeah, well, why don't they share it with us, huh? Yeah! If they got a big library, why don't they open it up to the public? Yeah!
Well, if they're too open, the books could get damaged. But yes, they should be a little more open than they are right now.
Well, if they're a noble house, can't they just make more books? It's easy, right?
Yes, but the originals are vital.
Yeah, but why don't they just, I don't know, make more of them and just, I don't know, bring them out? Why are they hoarding all that knowledge to themselves? Are they planning something? In other words, I bet I wouldn't be surprised if they're planning to take over the government. Can you imagine that? A king sheep? Ugh.
Corvine also shudders a little bit from that. No, though.
What
Next time
did they give you a tour of the grounds?
Not exactly.
Did they
but
keep secrets
I
from
did
you?
walk through them. No, I'll make sure to ask them about perhaps opening up a bookstore next time I'm there.
Sure, right. Yeah, because since you're such good friends with them. Look, lady,
Not
I don't mean
all
any
of them.
disrespect, but they're scheming something there, and I don't like it. Something's going on in there. I'm telling you, if something isn't done soon, I don't know what, but if something isn't done soon, they're gonna. I don't know what, but it's not gonna be good.
I'll investigate it.
Another one speaks up.
But
It's not gonna do any good. You can't trust a sheep. Some others shoot him a daggerous look, as if he said something he shouldn't have.
don't worry, Corvine also does.
What? Look, there aren't that many sheep in rain. They're clearly in cahoots with each other.
Are you suggesting that we attack sheep randomly?
What? No, it's just Not at all. It's just you can't trust them. They're schemers and they're planning something. I don't know what, but you can't trust the sheep. All right? They're always so quiet and timid and they're always hiding. It seems like it. You can never trust them. You don't know what they're planning.
Anyway, I have personal business to attend to.
One person shouts, "Yeah, get out of here, sheep lover." Another person shouts back, "Quiet."
Okay, she walks away.
The and the group that you're speaking to begins arguing amongst themselves anew. It appears the dynamic has changed a little bit. Has become a little more energized. And by energized, I mean they're arguing with each other as opposed to sort of like a brewing agreement.
Yeah, no, because it seems like now most of them are like, don't kill all the sheep. And I was like, dude,
No, he didn't say kill them. He said just
no,
don't.
don't kill them. Don't trust them, and make sure you shun all of them.
There you
I'm
go.
sure that won't ever lead to attacking,
It's a
as it
progressive
already
thing.
has.
Uh so yes, that's one lovely thing you encounter on the way.
The other thing is 100 bandits.
Oh, let me put an encounter for you real quick. No, the you're not exactly in a super rough part of the town. There's obviously some unpleasant people around here, but getting to your home isn't that difficult. And your manor home is pretty much how you left it. Hasn't changed a great deal. It's well kept. It's a humble three-story affair, which is impressive for the common ungulate, but for amongst nobles, it's relatively humble, all things considered. It's well kept. It's a bit old, but it's repairs are done as needed, sort of thing. And it's very much decked out in your family colors. There's even a gardener who's currently walking about the grounds, tending to various plants here and there.
I waved.
The gardener looks up and looks a bit surprised and waves back.
Okay. I want to enter.
All right. As you enter the house, I suspect a wave of emotion hits you. And the main. Would you say your family is functional? Is more in function or form?
I'm assuming form is fashionable, right?
Generally speaking, yes.
Function, probably.
Okay. Then you walk into the relatively small.
They might have some stuff that's fashionable, but not really. Just enough to make it look nice.
And as you enter the main hall, which, it's a fairly simple, straightforward. It's got two stairs on either side of it leading up. Not these fancy curved ones, just straight stairs that go up to the second story. A simple chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Well, simple by noble standards, anyways. And it's relatively quiet. There's not a great deal of noise. Although you can give me a perception check.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm gonna assume there's nobody here except for the dead somewhere, and hang my cloak up back where I put it, where I put it on the first time all that time ago.
So you're hanging up your cloak, huh?
Yep.
All right. Suppose it feels good to have that thing off after a while.
It feels a little weird, actually. She
Yes.
likes it, but she's home.
So there's several different parts of the building you could check. There's of course your room. There's your father's room. There is Frost's room. Uh, they and there's a few other rooms as well. The entire building is
I'm
built.
gonna check my own.
All right. As you go into your room, you see that it has been. It definitely hasn't been preserved. It appears that it has been. Well, first off, the door itself is somewhat blocked. Apparently, there's some stuff in front of it. When you get into your room, which is locked, by the way, but I presume you have the key or know where it is.
Okay, yeah, probably.
When you get in
Plus,
there,
it may just unlock on the outside.
and
Maybe.
as you get
No.
in there, it appears to be a bit of a mess. It's. If I were to use a contemporary example, it's
No.
like
Lock on the inside. Never mind.
if I were to use a contemporary example, I would say it looks kind of like those scenes where people get home and someone clearly ransacked their home. They didn't steal anything, but like all the drawers are open, there's paper everywhere. You know, like someone was looking for something, and whether or not they found it, you don't know. But you do find, however, on your bed a small little doll that you had when you were younger, just sort of sitting there in the middle of the bed.
I pick it up and look at it.
Well, it's your little old doll. It appears that unlike other things in your room, it didn't suffer any form of abuse. In fact, if anything, it's almost exactly the same condition that it was in when you left.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna hug it a little bit and then put it away in my salad eggs.
All right, you've acquired one doll, childhood doll.
Okay. So then I'm gonna check his room.
All right, you walk in and it's more or less the way it's always been. Fairly neat, nicely kept. You know, he's obviously made his bed, and or maybe one of the servants. But it is empty. There's no one there.
I'm not sure there's a lot of servants that go inside anyway, except for ice sprites.
Which I should mention.
Wait, that may have changed at some point, but yeah.
Which and mention speaking, of which you see a couple sort of walk on by and look up to you a bit surprised and begin chittering between each other as they continue on their way.
Oh, hello.
They turn and wave back and then carry on their
Do you
business.
hold on? Do you know where True Heart is? True Heart.
They're already gone.
Okay. And what other rooms would you say there were?
There's several other bedrooms, at least on this floor, which is the top floor. The manor's been built to house to house a family up to about 10 people, if need be.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to the living room up there as well. Probably,
All right.
unless that's where I entered.
As you head on over to the living room, you head on to the living room, which is sort of a large room that the bedrooms all connect to in almost like a horseshoe kind of shape. That then leads to a wall of almost all glass overlooking part of the city. You walk in and you see Cotton sitting there, and she's currently playing with a small toy.
Uh,
As you walk in, she looks up
I.
and looks at you, a bit surprised.
Oh, I can explain.
She just regards you curiously. and waves.
Hi.
She sort of goes back to playing.
Oh, right. I forgot you now.
And she looks up again.
Hi, Cotton. It's been a while.
The look of recognition suddenly dawns on her face. And okay.
And
And she somewhat stiffly and a little unsurely sort of makes her way over to you. Is that you? Is that you, Auntie Corby? Cor, Coro?
we're
Corvu?
fi- we're fine.
Cor, Corvine?
And and
Corvane?
we're not. I'm not your aunt. I'm your cousin.
Oh. She furrows her brow in thought. But you're so old.
And you're so young.
She looks at your wings and at your talons. Daddy tells me I shouldn't be afraid of you, but you're strange.
It's it's all right.
Do you want to talk to Daddy?
No, I wanted to talk to Uncle Trueheart.
Oh, okay. She looks up at you. Daddy says I should play with you. Do you want to play?
Wait, did Daddy know I was coming?
She shakes her head. No, but Daddy told me that you were always so lonely and needed a friend. And so he kept telling me to play with you, but I was scared.
Oh, it's it's fine, Cotton.
You
We can we can play if you want,
you
but
look kind of scary. But you're not scary, are you?
not at all. At least I try not to be.
She thinks. Do you play dolls?
Yes.
She walks over and picks a couple of dolls and introduces them to you. Do you proceed to play with her for a little while?
Sure. I'll even take out the doll I found on my bed and
Marvelous.
use it to play.
All right. Now, a fair bit of time passes, and it's a little awkward at first, but eventually she starts to warm up to you a bit, and she's a little weirded out by the fact that you have all these traits that she's not used to. But eventually, she sort of comes around and starts relaxing a bit, and by the time your playtime is concluded, either because you have reached your, either because you've become content or she's become tired, it's rather irrelevant. But towards the end of it, it's clear that she's more or less kind of opened up with you and is now happy to be in your presence and currently playing with you. And as the day wears on, she begins to become a little tired, and one of the doors leading into the living room area opens up. You see a few ice sprites come sauntering in and go up to her and begin making a bit of a fuss around her.
It's okay. I'll put her to bed.
They look between each other, look back at you, shrug, and scamper off. She looks up at you. I'm not sleepy. I want to play some more.
We can play another time.
Well, okay. That would be nice. She starts nodding off.
Corvine carries her to her room.
You're not my aunt, right?
Oh, I'm your cousin. Cousin Corvine.
Co- Coe, Cory? Cory?
She nods.
Coe. So Coe is warm. She nestles up against you. And putting her to bed is not much of an issue. She sort of yawns sleepily and mutters your name one more time. And as you are so doing, the door to the thing opens and you hear a voice. She sure is cute, isn't she?
She turns around.
It's
Yes,
it's Tide.
Cotton's always been my favorite. Hello.
He has a
Michael.
warm smile and expression on his face. Wait a long time to see that scene.
It was fun.
So you're back.
Yes.
Come with me to the music room. I'd like to talk with you a little bit, if that's all right.
She nods and starts walking.
The music room is, well, simply that. If you've ever been in a palace, usually there's like a music room or a reading room or whatever have you. And the music room is a few instruments lying about, comfortable places to sit. It's a place that's not only for practicing instruments, but also for entertaining guests, so it's somewhat nicely appointed.
Okay.
He sits down and it gets comfy and he turns towards you. Well, I see you haven't changed any, says, signaling towards your wings.
No, I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon.
Hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I've always kind of wondered what the sort of things you eat taste like. Yeah, just idle curiosity.
Mhm. There. I'm not even sure how to describe it, actually.
Well, I suppose it'd be like me trying to describe the taste of golden oats to you, wouldn't it?
She nods.
So how long you been back?
Uh, about a week.
Hmm. Are you staying this time?
Oh, what did you say?
She said, "Are you staying?"
Um, I'm not sure. I want to.
Hmm. Uh, why'd you go?
Because I thought I would find answers.
To what you are?
Yes.
Hmm. Well, did you find any answers?
Unfortunately, not really.
Hmm,
I found some questions of answers about what predators are, but not why I am.
that's unfortunate. Did you, are you alright?
I could be better, but yes.
No injuries or, uh, traumatic experiences?
I She kind of stays quiet, actually.
I'm guessing something happened.
She nods.
What, if you don't mind me asking?
There was this cult about
Cult?
predators, and I killed one of them.
He sort of straightens up a bit. You killed someone?
I I didn't mean to, but yes.
Looks down. Self-defense, I assume?
She nods.
Hmm. I must really, I mean, I don't really know what that's like. I just, it must have really hit you.
Yes. He wasn't a very good person, but that's only softens the blow.
Not for him, I bet. He cracks his grin. Sorry, I probably shouldn't joke. I really don't know what to say. I'm sorry, I guess. I mean, it was in self-defense, so
Oh,
I mean, I assume you didn't take a bite out of him, did you?
she shakes her head.
And I mean, I don't know if it helps any, but I wouldn't worry. Well, I don't know if I can say I wouldn't worry about it too much, but
Well, I'll get better, but it still hangs over me a bit.
I imagine something like that doesn't go away easy. Guess I'm kind of impressed that you could play with my daughter that way. Yes, it was nice to sort of forget that for a minute, huh?
She nods.
Remind me, do you drink Corvine?
Oh, yes, actually. Yeah, yes.
Nods. All right, he walks over and rings a small bell, and a moment later, a servant appears. Not an ice a servant. Yes? Two drinks, please. Nods and
She she backs up a bit.
out of sight, or just
Yeah, at least she attempts to.
okay.
I should probably roll a stuff for that. Sure.
All right. The servant nods and disappears quickly. He then turns around. Corvine?
Oh, she steps out.
Oh,
When did this place get so many servants?
sorry. Probably should have warned you. Well, we only really have a couple on staff that since you've left. My brother, I think. Corvine, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Your father fell to pieces when you left.
I've I've heard as such.
Let me guess, you went to the docks first, or you went to the office first?
She nods.
And Frost was there, huh?
She nods again.
She probably gave you an earful, huh?
I yeah, but not more than I should have gotten.
Shakes his head. That's the problem with you, Corvine. You're just so quick to put yourself down. But that's a different topic for another time. The day you left, your father scoured the city. He was convinced that you'd been kidnapped or something like that, or you'd gotten lost, or whatever have you. And after about a couple of days, he realized that you'd left, and Frost and actually I had to take over the business for about a week. He just he couldn't function, and he just tore your room apart. He was looking for something, anything to indicate why you left. He just wanted some answer. He couldn't. He didn't find any. It's just beside himself. I mean, Frost was livid. Frost was. She was convinced it was the end. She was convinced that the other noble families would come marching here any moment and just smash us flat, wipe us from the pages of history. But your poor dad just. I mean, he put himself together, and I think he probably got the servants to sort of try and fill the gap a little bit. You know what I mean? Without you basically being locked in the house, it was a lot more quiet than usual. And I think he just picked up a couple of servants to just sort of fill the void.
I'm I'm sorry. I should have.
Look, I know my brother can be, well, oppressive. That's not mince words here. I know he can be a bit preoccupied with the family's image. I mean, you can't blame him too much. You know, he's the head of this family. He kind of has to be worried a bit about how things look, especially ever since he beat Frost in that drinking competition. He shakes his head. She seriously needs to. Anyways. But in his own way, he was trying his best to show that he loved you. I don't agree with how he was doing it or going about it, but
I know. He just was trying to protect me.
yeah, I guess so. Speaking of which, does anybody else know?
No, what?
Well, what you are. I mean, you were out in the world. I'm just curious. Did anybody else find out?
A few. Surprisingly, no one found out until I actually made it back to Rain.
Really? What did you keep to yourself for the most part?
She nods.
That makes sense. So, like, what happened? Did they like take you on a date or something, and like the kiss went wrong, or like?
Uh, Actually, there was something with the ruins. Uh,
Ruins.
yes.
What kind of ruins?
Seemed like a tomb. It was on an island north of Rain.
Hmm. Anything that might interest me?
it was mostly predator stuff.
Creepy.
Very.
So, what happened there?
Some sort of magical circle
Magic
that
circle, you say?
triggered to me approaching it.
Huh. Did they have any runes in it? I assume if it was was it just a straight circle, or did it have like writing in it?
It had writing in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did have some writing. I suppose if you go there, you could study them.
Hmm. And you said they reacted to you?
She nods.
What way?
Um, the bad kind of way.
Well, you didn't explode, or go into a coma,
No,
or
it was more of, I suppose, after the amount of time that's passed, I think the best way I can describe it is it made me feel more of my urges, like they were stronger.
he leans back. Hmm. What was in the circle? Was there anything in it?
There was a pool of tomato juice in a book.
Do you actually say tomato juice?
Yes, but she kind of
Okay,
like
I gotcha.
emphasizes
Quote unquote.
a pool of tomato juice and a book.
Wait, tomato juice? Like you got what you were saying. It's more of a,
It it was how we tried not to think about it at the time.
but it was still fluid.
Somehow,
Huh? And there's a book.
yes,
What did you remove the book?
yes.
What happened?
It caused some trouble, and then we decided to transcribe it and destroy the original copy.
I wonder if that was a. I wonder if it's made of glyphs of sealing. It was still wet. I bet it was a. I bet it was a. I bet it was a time circle.
A time circle.
Well, it's depending on the runes in question that you use. Um, it's really high level magic. It's you really have to know what you're doing, but it's possible with the right ingredients and the right and being in the right place to create an area where things will stay preserved for a very long time. No spell, well, theoretically there are some spells, but I don't know of any spells off the top of my head that will perfectly preserve something for all eternity. But there are some spells that can come very close to that. So what I'm wondering is if perhaps that's what it was. If maybe you found this circle of preservance that was keeping this all relatively. Um,
Oh, that that would make sense.
hmm. I would love to go take a look, but I don't think her dad would appreciate me just running off with one of our ships, especially to go look at some sort of crypt or something like that with predator stuff in it.
Yes, in fact, it might be a little dangerous to do that as well.
Well, last thing I
There
want.
were some shadowy things guarding it.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if we cleared all of them.
I've heard rumors of these things. Creatures of shadow, right?
Something like that. It could be described that way.
Red glowing eyes.
and pure black bodies.
Yeah, I've
And
heard
I'm
some.
misty.
I've heard rumors and whispers of their existence, but I guess hearing it from you, then it's a real thing, huh?
She nods her head.
I mean, there's no question the predators are coming back. I mean, we had a whole tournament dedicated to it, but I guess that explains why we know. The nobles were a bit light on the details, but huh. Well, last thing I want to do is make poor Cotton an orphan, so I guess I'll just have to be patient and hope for a good opportunity, I guess. I guess maybe I can convince your dad to send an expedition up there, or talk to someone to send someone up there to clear things out. You know what I mean? And then maybe send an expedition up there. That'd be interesting.
Yes.
Of course, that would require me to get off my lazy butt and actually do some work for once.
Um. Though, actually, speaking of which, do you know where he is?
Oh, True
Not
Heart?
that, not that we need to stop talking right now, but I did come here to meet him.
Oh. Oh. Brave soul, Corvine, but I had to tell you this, but a couple days ago he had received an invite to go. He received an invite to the Gray Sky Estate.
She looks shocked and horrified, actually.
Are Are you all right? What's wrong?
No. You said the gray skies.
Yeah.
I've been attacked by one.
He tilts his head slightly. What?
When I went to Rain, I was invited by the what are they called again? The Frost something or something Frost?
Yes, Winterfrost family.
Winterfrost, that's right.
Duke Winterfrost.
I was invited by the Winterfrosts to meet with the Duke to
Oh yeah,
discuss terms
that was
for a quest.
really.
Of sorts, I guess.
Wait, how long ago did you say you were in town?
About a week,
You weren't
I think.
there when the fighting broke out, were you?
She nods. I stopped the fighting, actually.
What? Wait, what happened?
So we were invited, and then the uh, I forget what was his name again.
Oystein.
Oystein. And then Oystein entered the room, declared an assassination, and fulfilled it.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that Oystein Greysky walked into this room and assassinated the Duke right in front of you?
Either that or someone who looked like him. He didn't look like him for long after that, though.
What do you mean?
He changed physically into a monster.
So, like some transmutation or alteration
Something like that.
into a monster, huh?
Though whether that's the original form or if he is the original form, I couldn't tell you. Or if neither of them are, in fact. I wasn't conscious for long.
What happened?
I struck at it and it struck back.
There's a long pause. He just stares at you in sort of disbelief. Corvine, you realize that was.
I know. It was reckless.
And you sure it was Oystein Gray Sky?
I'm sure enough that the Duke called him that, and he called himself that. He looked closely enough to fool the Duke. I
Well,
haven't met Oystein myself, but
then that means your father and my brother could be in real trouble right now.
yes,
He puts his hoof on his mouth. I don't know what to do. I don't know if there's anything we can do.
so sorry I cut out. What happened?
He put his hoof in his mouth and said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what we can do.
We have to we have to go. We have to go to we have to go to the Gray Skies. And we have to ask for him. But do you know any magic to detect other magic?
Oh, that's fairly easy to do.
Good, because we'll need it. We're talking about something that can change form, so they might send us a fake.
Hmm. Right. All right. Head to the next room. I'm gonna call for a couple servants and see to it that Cotton's looked after.
She nods.
And after a few moments, he joins you and nods. All right, let's go.
Okay.
And the journey to the Gray Sky Estate is relatively quick and relatively easy. And the Gray Sky Estate, as you approach, it's whereas most of the other noble homes have these high walls and big double doors that lead into them. You mostly built for defense and also privacy. The Gray Skies have lowered the walls significantly and have a door large enough to almost be three doors, and the whole thing is designed to be sort of an ode to rain and non-threatening and even very inviting. It's very nice and pleasant to look at. After all, their job has always been to receive foreign dignitaries and entertain hosts of extreme importance. And outside of it, you see a couple of guards standing there, watching the crowd as it goes by. And upon seeing you approach, one of them sort of stands up a little bit and salutes. Hello, welcome to the Gray Sky Estate. How may we help you?
We're looking for Trueheart,
True Heart. The two guards look at each other.
Winterblood.
Ah, Winterblood. Yes. Is he here? The other one shrugs. Would you like me to go and inquire for you, madam?
I would prefer if we go together.
I see.
But
Let me ask if you have clearance. Your name, please.
Corvine.
And I'm Tide. Both Winterbloods, I assume.
Yes.
Nods. One moment, please. He steps inside, and the other guard watches and Waves at you two politely. After a few moments, the guard steps back out. My sincerest apologies, but it appears that you're not allowed entrance into the estate at this time.
And I asked you for Trueheart.
Oh, sorry. One moment, please. He heads on inside and comes back out. Uh, Mr. Winterblood is not here at the estate presently. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
Right. We know he's here.
Well, that may be so, but my superior informs me that he's not.
And who's your superior?
Well, my captain. Again, I'm terribly sorry about this. I mean, to be honest, I don't know why you're not allowed in. It's kind of unusual, but orders are orders.
If it's unusual, then can't you just let it slip this one time?
Well, I mean, I could let you in, but if you don't have permission to be on the grounds, then you're going to be escorted out.
I'm.
And the other guard looks over. I mean, they are nobles. I'm sure they can behave themselves. Yeah,
I'm good
but.
at not causing trouble.
What'd you say?
I said I'm good at not causing trouble.
He sort of lets out a sigh. It's just. I mean, if you go in there and you know, supposed to be, it just creates a whole lot of trouble for everyone, and you know, he looks back at the other guard and shrugs. All right, let me talk to my captain. He goes back in. Well, later he comes out, and a reindeer follows him, wearing a mostly ceremonial suit of armor. She looks you up and down. Yes.
Uh, I'm led to believe that Trueheart was last seen in this area. May I check?
Yes, he did come here to visit about a day ago, but he's just not quite. He's no longer on the premise.
Do you know where he went?
No.
I would still like. Please. I want to know if I can find out where he went.
Go ahead and roll me another persuasion. Okay. We're gonna, if you want, we can go ahead and fail forward with this. AKA, there's a success, but there's gonna be a bit of a drawback if you want.
Um, I I guess.
You want to try it?
Sure.
All right.
Even though I have really bad feeling about this.
She thinks for a minute.
Because I don't know any other leads if I don't go in here.
Well, I suppose I can ask at least. Stay here. She heads on in, and Tide leans in closely. I think she's lying. I think she knows something.
course she does. Why do you think I'm trying to get in?
Fair. He looks up at the large gates. After about maybe 20 minutes or so, the captain comes back. And I need to open. Why didn't I open this document? That would have been too smart of me to do. Make sure I open on the right screen, so the recording screen doesn't get full of spoilers. Sorry, Microsoft Word has to open up, and it's a little slow on my computer. Oh, good. And the G-Doc started burning into my screen. It'll make it easier
That's
to read.
fine.
It's a really old monitor, so bright images will burn into it pretty easy and pretty quickly. Yes. Are you going to open Word? Maybe? Please? Well, in any case, I'm pretty sure I have the name remembered correctly. Madame Osa will see you. I think it's Osa.
Okay.
As a. And she turns and signals to the guards, and they open the gate. Follow me. And as she leads you through, well, she goes in. The first thing that you see about the Gray Sky estate is that the whole thing is big and open, almost like a very large half circle. And you know, at least you've been told that they often hold sort of events in this large area. And every building here is designed to be pleasing to look at and very up and up on the architecture of the day. There's some old stuff here and there, but generally speaking, things are kept to be nice and new and fresh and modern. And you're led to the main building. And as you're on your way, now, I'm sure you know this, but she's the matron of this family. So I would kindly remind you to maintain your manners as you are speaking to one of the leading bodies of Rain.
I don't think she could be any worse than some of the others.
She looks back. Mind your tongue.
Oh, I was talking about Ileana, if you know her.
Of course I know her. Who doesn't? And after some moments of tense and awkward silence, you're led down some, again, very nice hallways. These are nice and open, lots of inviting colors. And you're led to what appears to be a nice reception area that has comfortable chairs. On it, on one wall seems to be almost mosaic, detailing the various lovely parts of Rain and its culture and a sort of history thereof. And there's a nice mural on the ceiling detailing, in brief, a sort of glorified version of its history. And in the middle of this room, sort of pacing back and forth a little bit, is a somewhat elderly looking and slightly sickly reindeer. She's very much the bearing of a noble, but she looks kind of ill, truth be told, and a bit fidgety. If she had hands, she might be wringing them constantly.
Hello?
She looks up. Oh, hello. Yes, yes. Hello. Come in. Sit down. Sit down.
She does.
Yes, very good. Yes, you're dismissed. Quickly. The captain nods her head and heads out. What can I What can I do for you?
I was looking for my father, actually.
Your father. Yes, of course, your father. Yes. Who wouldn't want to know that? Um, you're Winterbloods, yes?
She nods.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, you would come. Yes, yes, yes. Your father, father, True Heart. Yes, yes. Sorry, sorry. I ramble sometimes. Yes, True Heart. Yes, he came by a couple days ago. Nice gentleman. I wanted to discuss a new ship design that I wanted to make for the family. Yes, yes. Just a nice visit. Business, you see.
Uh, do you know where he is now?
She pauses for several moments. Um, last I saw, uh, he was in the company of my son Oystein. I believe the two of them were actually going to the docks just to discuss design. Have you met my son? Oh, he's such a lovely lad. He's so polite. It takes after his mother, you see. I've taught him everything he knows. Everything.
I, I see. Uh, do you know where on the docks?
Oh, I suppose to your docks. Oh, it would make sense for him to go there, right? And nowhere else. It would be
They
silly
never
to.
reached there.
What'd you say?
They never reached there.
Oh, 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 oh. I don't know what to tell you. But perhaps they went on vacation.
Vacation?
She shrugs. Perhaps my son went north, uh, a couple days ago, and he 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 commissioned a ship. He commissioned a ship, uh, one of your ships, I believe, and and maybe he went with him.
I thought you said this was yesterday.
She pauses for a minute and kind of looks left to right. It might have been 2 days ago.
I.
Sometimes you lose track of time, you see.
God damn
So your brother is there. We'll have him roll two.
You mean my uncle?
Uncle. Yes, uncle. That's the one. Okay. He narrows his eyes intensely at her. They sure do slip by, don't they? Oh yes, yes. They, you sort of lose track of things. You see, when you're leading a house. Uh huh. A house built on entertaining others and keeping to tight schedules. Well, sometimes you get things mixed up a little. That's all. It's fine. I don't appreciate your tone, young man. My apologies. Sorry, I didn't mean to insinuate anything. Good, good. Because there's nothing to insinuate about. Everything's fine. Everything is completely fine. Is there anything else I can do for you, the noble Winterbloods?
You're not worried about your son at all.
Why should I be? He can handle himself. He's
He's been gone for several days.
well. Sometimes members of my family have to, but perhaps they left on a foreign dignitary mission. I'm not sure why he went north, but perhaps he was just needed a breath of fresh air, or perhaps he's escorting someone. After all, our duties often causes our family members to go hither and thither, and it's not uncommon for the house to be practically empty. So I'm sure he's fine, wherever he is.
I just want to know where my father is.
I'm sure if you find Oystein, he will be more than happy to tell you. Uh, it's all the same. Um, this has been a lovely conversation, but I must attend to my duties. Servants. A couple of servants come in. Could you please escort the Winter Bloods to the entrance? And please give them a small gift along the way. We wouldn't want to be known for lack of hospitality. Thank you. Bye bye. She sort of walks to the side and opens the door and quickly goes in and shuts it.
Okay, she's gonna turn to Tide and ask, what do we do now?
Let's get out of here for the moment.
She nods and allows the servants to escort her.
All right. Once you're outside the gates, he turns towards the guards. Well, thank you. Always nice to visit. Come on, Corvine. Let's go to the market. Since we're out.
Okay,
Once they're a bit of distance away, he turns towards her.
can I can I get a new dress?
Of course, of course, of course. Once out of earshot of the guards. That was weird.
Very.
I don't know.
How
There's something weird about her.
besides being old and forgetting?
Well, like I couldn't tell if she knew something or not. She might have. I really don't know.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, I could see her being in on the whole thing, but at the same time, having someone like that know things might be a liability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know.
Thanks for a minute. Maybe I'll reach out to. I have some friends who might be able to help. And then until I think unless you want to break in there and look around ourselves, I think the best thing to do is at least wait for now. Two Hearts probably fine. Hopefully.
But we still have to find him.
Yeah. All right. I'll contact some friends. So maybe we can get some more information that way. I'll need to head to the market to do it, but what are you gonna do in the meantime?
Um, what should I do?
I'm not sure. I know you're thinking about going in there. I don't think that's a good idea right now. Well, I'm guessing that's what you're thinking. He shrugs. Maybe just search between here and the docks. Maybe there's something hidden, some nook or cranny that leads somewhere.
Okay.
Why don't we meet back at the house at sundown? See if we find anything.
Understood. Okay.
And
So we're splitting off, and I'm doing knowledge. I mean, I'm trying to find her and figure out stuff.
go ahead and give me 2 investigations, 2 perceptions, and 2 persuasions.
So what counts as a knowledge check, by the way?
What?
What counts as a knowledge check? Does
Uh,
investigation count or no?
no, no.
Can
For
I
the
use a knowledge check for this?
which one would you use?
Hmm. I could probably
I'll give it.
justify history,
How would you use it?
maybe. To find out some where hiding places tend to be used in the area. I don't know. 5e doesn't have local, so that's the best I got.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, okay, I can see that. All right, I'll go ahead and allow it.
Okay, I will roll with advantage.
You know what? How is that
Encycl
possible?
Encyclopedia.
Yeah. Now, for a second, I was like, "Why is he asking about knowledge?" Oh, that's why he's asking about knowledge checks, right?
And I still rolled terribly.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm guessing I don't get any information and I just waste 10 minutes doing nothing with a book.
On the bright side, it should probably be available the next time you want to use it. So,
I mean, technically I can use it 3 times, but I'm not sure I could use it 3 times on the same exact check.
I mean, you're gonna be at this for a while.
Okay, sure. Do it again then. There we go. That's substantially better.
Okay. Uh, you, upon looking around, actually, okay. Does this contain spoilers? Oh, good. It opened in the other thingamajiggy. Let me see if I can get to what I need without spoilers. That's what I want. Let's see. Here we are. Then, oh dear.
Okay, so do you want me to do that rest of the checks now that you asked for?
Uh, yeah. Go right ahead.
Investigation and persuasion?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think those were the ones you asked for.
Yeah, those are the ones. All right, give me a hot second. I'm going to load up something. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. That's unfortunate.
What's unfortunate?
Let's see if. Ah, here we are. Wait, that's not quite what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Not the version I'm looking for, but it's what I'm looking for. But it's basically what I'm looking for. All the same. So it'll have to do, I think. Oh no, here we are. Excellent. Okay. You recall. I'm gonna put this into Discord. Oh.
Are you gonna PM it or?
Well, I'll put it into Discord because it's
Okay.
relevant. Get my PC a second.
Press X to doubt.
Okay. You recall this image.
Oh, I don't want to recall that image, but I think I know where to look for now. It's on the docks.
And So yeah, that's what you recall. And your other attempts as you look around, you let me look at something really quick.
Don't worry, I probably don't need to look around anymore.
Yes. You realize that
I know these are underground.
yes, you realize that that spot lies. Where is it? This is the one. Okay, you realize that spot lies in the shipyard that sometimes is yours, sometimes is not. Specifically, if you recall, when looking at the map of Rain, your family dock is the fourth one from the inside. The one next to it, where this circle falls on, is sometimes used by your family, sometimes not.
Okay. Either way, that's where I'm going.
Okay. You arrive there at the dock, and you see people, people doing their business, milling about, working here, working there, doing what they do. And none of them really pay you much attention. And outside that, it looks like a fairly normal shipyard.
I go underneath it.
You what?
I said I go underneath it.
Alright, you start digging a hole into the ground.
Yes, because I am apparently Lucas.
Um, you know what? We're actually going to go ahead and call a session there. I know it's a weird point to leave off on. But part of the reason is because
Science session's coming up.
side session is coming up, but also this is more or less where I wanted to end it anyways.
Wait, this is?
Hmm?
This is where you want to end it?
Pretty much. I was actually planning on ending it the moment it was revealed that he went to Gray Sky. But yeah, this is more or less where I wanted to end it.
Okay.
I know it's a bit of an anticlimactic ending.
But it's not just an anticlimactic ending, it's also done, finished.
Don't
Okay.
don't worry. This is,
We are actually gonna finish the plot line, right?
of course.
It's not just gonna be, oh, you didn't make it, he's dead.
There's there's this has been in the plan. This has been in the works for a while.
Oh,
So
okay.
this has all been ingrained in the story. This is admittedly well. I'm gonna go ahead and end the session here, and then I'll offer some more commentary off record. But again, sorry for the weird, unfinished, awkward ending. But we will more or less pick up on Saturday. So thanks for coming.